Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the video for practice number 3 for the week of April 6th through April 10th. All right, let's jump right in. Number 1, we got triangle ABC and it has those coordinates. And then ABC is reflected over the line y equals x. And they want to know which statement is true about the image of ABC after being reflected over the line y equals x. So let's just go through the four answer choices here. The first one here is 1 point remains fixed. Well, that would be true if one of our points, A, B, or C, is on the line y equals x. And if you're on the line y equals x, then each of your x and y are going to be the same number because that's what it says here. The y is equal to the x and vice versa. So we see that point C is one of those scenarios. So point C is on the line y equals x. So right now, choice 1 is in the winner's circle right now, but let's just check the other 4 or the other 3 just in case any mistakes have been made by whoever made up this question. Number 2 says the size of the triangle changes. Well, we know that when we reflect something, the size of the triangle does not change. That happens in a dilation. So number 2 is out. The orientation does not change. Well, we know that's not true because when we reflect, we know that the orientation switches either from counterclockwise to clockwise or vice versa. So choice 3 is out. And then one side is parallel to the line y equals x. Well, let's just draw a simple diagram for ourselves. We only need the first quadrant, and we need like up to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. And we'll just graph these things. 3 comma 0 is right here. 3, 8. Ooh, I need another one. Need an 8 up here. 3, 8 is all the way up here. And then we have 6, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's about right there. So this is our triangle. And then we got to put in our line y equals x, which is right there. So as you can see, none of these things look like they are parallel to the line y equals x. And we can tell like this line right here, this line, let me show you, this line right here is the closest one that would be the closest to being parallel to it. But as you can see, it goes from not being on the line and then it goes to being on the line. So if it was parallel, this line right here and the y equals x would never touch each other. So therefore choice 4 is out and we are correct. It is choice 1. There we go. All right, number 2. All right, I made a mistake on this one. This is a duplicate from practice number 1. So if you just refresh your memory, transformation, this is a reflection over that same line, y equals x. And all you need to do on this one, since reflection retains length, side lengths, all we need to do is just set both of these things equal to each other. So let's do this. 2x plus 13 equals 9x minus 8. I added the 2x over, or I subtracted the 2x over, and then I added the 8 over, and I got 21. And then dividing by 7, you get x equals 3. Again, my bad on that. All right, number 3. Here's a new one. In the diagram below, PQR is transformed by a sequence of rigid motions and is mapped onto NML. So this guy transformed onto this guy. So write a set of three congruence statements that would show angle side angle congruence for these triangles. We know that it was a sequence of rigid motions, and rigid motions preserve angle length as well, or angle measure as well as side length. So all we need to do is determine which one of these sides correspond with the side in the other triangle. So we have P is corresponding to N. We have Q corresponding to M, and R corresponds to L. So that means, well, we already know that Q and M are the right angles. So all we need is P and N correspond to each other. So that's that guy and that guy. And then therefore R and L are congruent to each other. And then all you need to do is for the angle side angle thing is you just need to choose two angles. It doesn't matter which two angles and the side that connects them. I'm just going to do Q. I'm going to choose Q to R and M to L. Those are the two angles that I'm going to choose, as well as side QR and ML, and that's it. So you just have to say angle Q is congruent to angle M. That's one. And then you have to show the side. So I said QR is congruent to ML. That's number two. And last but not least, angle R is congruent to angle L. And there we go. That's it. I hope this helped. As always, be safe and be healthy. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.